So one of the important numericals is on the topic of radius of curvature and projectile. So if you recall, we did discuss this as a concept. So if you have a projectile motion, which means it is a curved motion, okay? So this is your projectile motion. And since projectile motion also has, the trajectory is a curve. So this trajectory is a curve. So what you have to do to find the radius of curvature at any point. So if they ask you, find the radius of curvature at this point, and they give you the coordinates of the point. So the coordinates are known to you. The first step is to write the equation of trajectory, okay, which is in x and y, the x tan theta equation. So once you write the equation of trajectory, that links y and x. In a second step, what you do is you take single derivative of radius, of that curve, and substitute the single derivative here, okay? Then you take double derivative of equation of trajectory. And since you know the coordinates x and y, in both the situations, put the value of x and y in the dy by dx equation. So put the x1, y1 here, and also put x1, y1, which is a known point to you in that. Once you calculate these values and substitute in the radius of curvature, you will be able to get the radius of curvature for any point. So the second situation is, which is, what is the radius of curvature at the highest point? Now, see, the radius of curvature essentially is, if you look into the highest point, your velocity here is u cos theta, where you project the projectile with velocity u, and the horizontal component is u cos theta, which never changes. So that's your horizontal component. And if you look into the vertical component, it is weight, right? So your weight is contributing to the centripetal force, and velocity is tangential, okay? So one way of looking at this is that this weight, is the source of centripetal acceleration. So you can write mg is equal to mv square by r, and the velocity is u cos theta whole square by r. So you can write, g rg, which is r is a radius of curvature, by the way. This is your radius of curvature. So r is equal to divided by so this is mu square cos square theta, and you can bring in your g here. So that fetches you the radius of curvature at the highest point, right? At the highest point. So this is another way you can calculate the radius of curvature, which means if you have to find, for example, situation number 3, you have to find radius of curvature here. What you do is, the velocity vector, which is, in this direction, okay, which is tangential to the curve, and the weight is acting downwards, and then this is the perpendicular part. So this is your velocity vector. This perpendicular component, is the g cos theta, okay? And so again, the velocity is tangent and perpendicular to g cos theta, which means, mg cos theta is the source of centripetal acceleration here. So this velocity vector should also be known to you. And you can use this velocity vector, which obviously will have two components. One is Vx and Vy. And you can again calculate mg cos theta is equal to mv square by r and find the radius of curvature at any point So this was situation number one where the coordinates are given to you. This is the highest point, and this is the situation number three, where you're given the velocity vector, and you use the velocity vector to find the radius of acceleration, sorry, radius of curvature at the point. So there can be multiple flavors to the same problem, but essentially, if you have a curved motion, you always have a radius of curvature, and the general expression is this. This must be, but there are like the concept of the second situation where weight is the source of centripetal force and weight is perpendicular to the tangential velocity. That concept can be applied at any point. You can apply it here. The velocity is in this direction, and there is a component of the weight which is acting, and providing the required centripetal force. So you just need to work on the angles here, which is, so these two are at right angles to each other. So you should know how to calculate the angle of the velocity with the x-axis, and if something is perpendicular to it, what the remaining angle will look like. So use these concepts and you can solve any problem of projectile. And if you look into the situation number two, which is the highest point, obviously h max, which is your highest projectile, acts as the radius of curvature. So your h max, is the radius of curvature, and if you calculate it, you will in fact get it. So I hope this helps you. This is one concept where you have the understanding of centripetal force or acceleration and knowledge of radius of curvature coming together and culminating into a very interesting numerical problem. So I hope this helps you, and thank you very much.